The Selfish Giant. Once upon a time, there was a giant who had a large and lovely garden. The grass was soft and green, and beautiful flowers shone like stars. Every afternoon after school, the children used to go and play in the giant's garden. They were so happy there, listening to the birds sing. But one day, the giant came back from a long trip. When he saw the children playing, he became very angry. "What are you doing here?" he shouted in a gruff voice. "My garden is my own garden. No one can play here but me." The children ran away in fear. So the giant built a high wall around the garden and put up a sign that said, "Keep out." He was a very selfish giant. Then the spring came to the whole country. There were little blossoms and little birds everywhere. But in the garden of the selfish giant, it was still winter. The birds did not care to sing in it, as there were no children, and the trees forgot to blossom. The snow covered the grass with her great white cloak, and the frost painted all the trees silver. "I cannot understand why the spring is so late," said the selfish giant, as he sat at the window and looked at his cold white garden. "I hope there will be a change in the weather." One morning, the giant heard some lovely music. It was a little linnet bird singing outside his window. The giant looked out and saw a most wonderful sight. The children had crept in through a little hole in the wall, and sitting in the branches of every tree was a little child. The trees were so glad to have the children back that they had covered themselves with blossoms. But in one corner, it was still winter. A little boy was standing there. He was too small to reach up to the branches of the tree, and he was crying. The giant's heart melted. "How selfish I have been," he said. "Now I know why the spring would not come here." He opened the door and went out into the garden. The children were frightened and ran away, and the garden became winter again. Only the little boy did not run, for his eyes were full of tears. The giant came up behind him, took him gently in his hand, and put him up into the tree. And the tree broke at once into blossom, and the birds came and sang on it. The little boy stretched out his 2 arms and flung them round the giant's neck and kissed him. When the other children saw that the giant was not wicked any longer, they came running back, and with them came the spring. "It is your garden now, little children," said the giant. He took a great axe and knocked down the wall. Years went by. The giant grew old and weak, but he was happy, watching the children play. He always said, "I have many beautiful flowers, but the children are the most beautiful flowers of all."